President Obama and his national security team are wrestling with the question of what do we do with the 240-some detainees on Guantanamo who we inherited from the Bush administration, not to mention their counterparts in Afghanistan. And there are, by some calculations, at least 3 groups at Guantanamo, 80-some at the most, maybe a handful, who could be prosecuted under ordinary criminal law standards, either in military courts or in federal courts. 60-some by the administration, the previous administration's calculations, who are not so dangerous and could be released, but that would leave more than 100, perhaps many more than 100, who are deemed, at least by the military, at least under the prior administration, to be non-prosecutable because of various problems with evidence and standards of proof, and maybe they haven't even committed any crimes, but too dangerous to release. And the hard question is, what do you do with that group, assuming they exist? Some human rights groups, such as the ACLU, sometimes seem to assume there are no such people, and that anybody who needs to be detained can be criminally prosecuted, and that everyone who cannot be criminally prosecuted should therefore be released. The Obama administration so far has, on a lot of detailed issues, gone largely with the status quo, the Bush rules. They're still detaining people on an interim basis. They're still detaining them based on support. They've added the element substantial support for al-Qaeda or its affiliates. They're no longer going to call them enemy combatants. That was the big flourish last week. No more enemy combatants, which has prompted various conservative cynics to say, well, what should we call them then? Undocumented freedom fighters? Next life enablers? There have been other similar suggestions, but there has been a certain, they seem to be treating them as enemy combatants even if they're not calling them that, which brings in the question of, well, how do you apply the laws of war in this situation?